Hi guys, I am your host Odessa Amaris, and welcome back to my wonderful YouTube channel. How are we doing today, you beautiful souls? I'm doing fantastic. So, as the title reads, this is my reaction to my Salt Diaries that I just got on Dead by Daylight. Now, disclaimer, right here and right now, I do not want you going and harassing these people. I do not want you going and contacting them in any shape or form and whatnot. It's been dealt with, it's done, it's over with. Please do not, I repeat, do not go and harass them. Because if I find out that you did, we're going to have a problem. So please do not do that out of the respect of me. Please do not go and message these people. So I'm going to set up the scene for you guys because unfortunately I did not record this. And I wish I would have because it was really good and all that, but it happens. Sometimes the best things happen when you're not recording. So I'm going to set the scene, and then after I'm done telling you what happened and how everything played out, then we're going to go into what they actually sent me. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and enjoy this, my very first Salt Diaries. Don't know if I'm going to continue this as a series or if I'm ever going to get any more salt from anybody, but you bet that this was a definite first for me, so enjoy. Alright, so we're jumping into this. So, usually I don't normally play killer. I don't like playing killer. I hate playing killer. I don't like the first person view. It's 1 versus 4 players, and I don't really care for it. So on my bio, which you're gonna see right now, it basically says that I play as Kind Killer. And I'm used to playing as Kind Killer all the time, and this time around though, unfortunately, my Rift basically told me that I have to do said thing, or said kills and whatnot in order for me to actually continue the Rift. So I want to continue my Rift, I want to continue getting my points, so I had to do 12 survivor kills. My first match was about a week ago, and I did 4 survivor kills. They weren't really that good of survivors because they just kept unhooking in front of me. Then today I decided to take it on again, and I got 4 more kills as well during another match before this match, and I basically it was a really hilarious match. That one, if you want to hear about that match, let me know and I will try and remember it as best I can because it was kind of funny. But anyways, we're talking about this specific match, and unfortunately I did not end up recording this one because I didn't think anything of it, you know. And the funny thing is when I actually started recording, I was all like, something tells me I should remove my bio information. Something just tells me I should actually go into my bio and delete the Kind Killer stuff. I don't know what it was, but something, that feeling you get. So I was like, it's been up that way for months. You're only doing this one more time. You need 1 more kill and you're good. You're entirely good. You don't have to worry about doing this again. So the match starts. I'm playing as Trickster. These are my perks right up here on screen. We have Noed, the ability to have your crows, if the crows get scared, they pop up. And then we have Crowd Control and No Way Out. And so this was actually my 3rd time running this build and whatnot because my friend recommended it to me, and thank the heavens, because sometimes I wouldn't get kills if I didn't have No Way Out, that's for sure. Or Noed. And yes, I know Noed is a top tier perk for killers. It's a crutch perk. Okay, I get that. I get it. Again, I don't play killer that often unless I'm trying to complete my rifts. I hate playing as killer. I don't like playing as killer because I get competitional and I get very upset very easily, which is what happened during this match. So we're on the doctor's map. We get started. I'm gen hopping left, right, and center. And I didn't find anybody at first. Then I ended up finding the Dwight. And this wasn't the one that actually messaged me. It was the Fang Ming that messaged me after the match. So I'm running around and I'm trying to get stuff done, and this Dwight is looping me really well. And he, as a matter of fact, he even lost me at one point. And I was like, okay, you know, this is going to be a good survivor. But how are the other ones faring? So I ended up running into Nancy, and she was on a generator, and she threw down a pallet, and I knew exactly what she was trying to do because I saw she had a flashlight in hand. And so I wasn't going to play her game of kick the pallet, flashlight save, or flashlight me. So I wasn't going to play her game. So I left her. And I ended up finding Fang Ming. Fang Ming ran me around for about 2 gens. And I hit her once through a pallet. And she threw the pallet, which hit me. And then she continued looping me around and whatnot. Then I managed to get her down through another pallet with my lunge. And so I needed 1 kill. 1 kill. Just 1. And I was determined to get it for my rift and whatnot. And then I was going to go back and play Survivor the rest of the night. And including because my friend was going to be getting off work and I want to continue playing Survivor with her. I have more fun playing Survivor than I do Killer. Unless I'm farming with other people, then I have some fun. And so I hooked her and I face camped her. And I'm all like, I'm determined to get this kill. So Nancy comes up and I hear her clicking. She's clicking at me. And I'm all like, nope, not happening. So I ended up tossing a knife in her direction. Big mistake. She blinds me immediately because that was my warning by me throwing the knife is get out of here. And what I was gonna do was get my first kill, and then I was gonna be kind killer the rest of the match. But they were determined. So here comes Dwight on one side, here comes Nancy, and they did a team save, which I was like, wow, you know, that's actually awesome. At this point, they still have 3 gens up right now. And usually when I get a killer that camps, if my fellow survivors that I actually are on my team tell me that it is a camping killer, what I do is I gen rush the hell out of that killer to punish them. That is how you deal with camping. You just gen rush. And if they would have gen rushed me and then tried to go for the team base save, I would have been impressed even more. Keep in mind, these people were not red ranks either. I will pop up their ranks right now on screen for you guys so you can actually see what their ranks were. And yes, you can tell I'm a squishy killer. Very squishy killer at that. But, so they managed to get the save. And she takes off running. And now they're starting to body block me and stuff like that. And so I start hitting them and I'm like, get out of my way. You know, I really want this kill. She is on her last hook because they let her sit a little too long on the hook. So I was like trying to figure out what the heck they were doing during that one time for 3 gens. Like, what are you doing? And so I start gunning for her again. And they're body blocking me. They're doing everything that they can to get my attention and everything else away from Fang Ming, which was great. They were doing phenomenal at it. They really were. And it was starting to agitate me. They were getting under my skin. And I was all like, oh, I don't like this. So then I ended up losing her entirely. I don't know how they managed to do it, but they made me lose her. And then I start hearing this ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. And I'm like, what? They already got my attention off of her. What are they doing? I find the AFK survivor, and I'm all like, "Oh no! They have an AFK on their team," and I'm like, "I shouldn't. I really shouldn't. But I need this last kill." And so then I went and grabbed I got him and I hooked him on the thing, and I was face camping it. I didn't know if this guy was gonna come back. I didn't know if they were if they were permanently AFK or what, but. So then they come in again, and I can hear them on both of my sides of my headset. And I can hear them, and they're clicking, or now it's Fang Ming and Nancy, and they're both click, 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 click. They're trying to get my attention, and I'm not having it. They tried to come in on the sides and try to blind me. So I'd turn one way, and then I'd turn another way, so they couldn't actually blind me. And then they were trying to play the, I'm gonna unhook. Psych, I'm not gonna unhook. And so I know this game. I've played this game as a survivor. And so they managed to get him down. He did not run whatsoever, which they're flashlighting me. They're trying to get him away, but he wasn't moving at all. So then they left him. They entirely left him because they knew he was AFK at that point. I got him, I struck him down, and I hooked him, and I face camped him, just to be absolutely sure I was gonna get my kill. When he finally died, they were on 2 gens at this point. 2 gens. And at this point, they were getting really cocky. Very cocky. They were looping the heck out of me, which I'll give them props on that. They were clicking at me a lot. They were hitting me with pallets, which they should be doing, obviously. The clicking was not necessary. I don't like getting flashlight blinded when it comes to pallets. I think it's really stupid, and I don't think it should be a thing. Again, this is coming from a person who's a survivor main. But anyways, they were still after me and whatnot. So I decided I was gonna play a butthead. I was just gonna be a butthead. So I managed to corner the Dwight. He made a bad play. He made one bad play and resulted me in getting him. So I hit him. And then he made a second bad play, which I shouldn't have been able to grab him through that, but the game allowed me to. And I'm all like, okay, all right. So I grabbed him, and they flashlight saved me, or saved. And I was like, ah, Nancy got it. And I was like, damn it. So by this point in time, I had enough of the flashlights. So I managed to get Dwight in one of the other side rooms, and I get him right before he throws the pallet, and he didn't hit me. So he's underneath the pallet, so of course I'm not gonna pick him up. Of course I'm not gonna pick him up. So now I'm being a little bit cocky myself. I will fully admit, I started to get cocky, and I'm all like, you know what? I'm gonna let you bleed out. Your teammates they still have, keep in mind, they still have 2 gens. And at this point, I would have at least had one person try to do the save, and the other still on a generator. But no, they're around me, and I hit Nancy. She runs away. I hit Fang Ming. Again, Fang Ming's the one that has the salt diary that's coming up. And they're all trying to save. And Dwight is starting to crawl a different direction, which I'm thinking I'm going to be able to pick him up, and I'm going to be able to hook him. Here they come again with their flashlights, and I'm all like, nah, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. So he's I think about halfway at this point, bleeding out. They're not saving him. They're not trying for anything. Then when they finally get fully healed, Nancy does. Nancy picks him up immediately. And so now they're all running and whatnot, and I get him down one last time. And by this point in time, they still have 2 gens up and running. And I'm all like, oh my god, what are you guys doing? Like, seriously, I want this game to be over. I got my 1 kill. Now I'm just screwing with you guys. And so the Dwight finally gets picked up once more, and he loses me. They finally pop the 2nd gen. And now I'm hunting for just any random survivor at this point. Any random survivor. And I'm having a hard time. So then I start getting a little frustrated, of course. They pop the last gen. They pop the last gen. And I have my no way out. And so when that pops, I already hooked one person, and so I have about 2 tokens. So it's gonna be a little bit of time before the gate actually closes or opens. So my gate thing goes off because somebody goes next to the gate and sets off the alert. So I'm on my way to that gate. Here comes Fang Ming in front of me, still injured from the Dwight from me messing around with the Dwight and whatnot. Still injured. She loops me around for like 1 more pallet, and then all of a sudden I get her. She makes one little slight mistake, and I get her down. Well, she's already dead on hook. And the other two teammates know this. So they're waiting and whatnot, and I think they thought that they could actually flashlight save or whatever. I didn't know, but Nancy didn't make it in time, so I hooked her. Game over. Nancy got out. Then I started hunting for the Dwight because the Dwight was still in the match, and Dwight found Hatch. So I was all like, all right, you know what? These guys were good. These guys were good. And so I was like, what ranks were they? They were silver and gold. And I'm a gold survivor, just a little bit. I'm gold 3. The new ranking system is confusing for me. I know I'm at least, if I had to pick, probably about rank 16 or 17 with the old ranking system. Because that's usually where I tap out, is like rank 16 or 17, because I can't get any higher. If I get to rank 16, then I usually end up de-pipping in the next match and going back down to 17, and that's my good area, is rank 17 to 16. So these guys weren't bad players. They weren't red ranks whatsoever, but they were playing really amazing. They were really playing really good. They were doing team-based saves. They were doing pallet loops really well. They were flashlight saving really well. But the big mistake that they made was not doing gens. They were really lacking on the gens. They were kind of bullying me a little bit. Again, this is coming from a person who only plays as Survivor. So, and I used to be the entitled Survivor when I first played this game about 4 years ago. When I played this game, I used to be all like, oh, I hate tunnelers. I hate campers. I hate area campers. And then, after the Rift, when the Rift started coming out, and I started diving into actually playing proper killer and whatnot for some of these matches, I was all like, you know what? No, it's a strategy. Camping is a strategy. Yes, I don't like it, but it's a strategy. Face camping, area camping, when you do terrible safe hooks, when you're trying to, or I should say an unsafe hook, you know, I expect to be punished if I'm gonna do a stupid unsafe hook. You know, I expect to be punished if I'm still in the area while you are as the killer. Like, I totally get it. And I got a taste of the other side the past couple years. And so I became humble about it. And I'm all like, you know what? It's a strategy. Your goal is to kill us. And by any means necessary. With a Mori, with Endgame collapse, with hooking us bleeding out. It is a strategy. Now, the things that I don't agree with are the killers that decide that they're going to put you down a few feet away from hatch and then close it. I don't appreciate those ones. Or the ones that decide to literally pull you all the way back from the gate and then let Endgame collapse get you or bleed out. Those are the three that I'm all like, okay, you're just being mean and all that, and that's not cool. But if you want to play that way, you have the right to play that way. That's just my opinion. You want to be mean, be mean. It's how you choose to play the game. So, a few minutes go by, I'm about to hop back into Survivor and all that, and the person messages me. The person decides to message me, and this is the Fang Ming. The Fang Ming that I ended up killing by random chance because of the fact that they were the person that I ran into while I was heading to the gate and all that. I don't even know who touched the gate. I'm pretty sure it was Nancy, because Nancy was the first one to actually get out, whereas Dwight went and tried to find Hatch, and he got out through Hatch. So I'm pretty sure Nancy was the one that opened up the gate. But, like, yeah, it was really, really bad. So now we're going to dive into what they said to me. Are we ready? Here we go. And again, I want no hate for this person whatsoever. I do not want anybody hunting them down, anybody going after them. I don't want people... I just don't want people going after them. Please just don't. It's not worth it. It's already done. It's over with. And I'm moving on past this, and I hope you will too, and I hope you'll be cool about it and be understanding. So without further ado, let's dive into what they said to me. Enjoy. So they're all like, oh wow, such a nice killer, my ass, lol. You just camped. I can see how your ash for shame and with Noed, just uninstall the game. You're so ass. And I'm all like, what? Why are you coming at me? Like, what's your problem? Like, I don't know what your problem is. So I said this. If my controller will activate here. Sorry. So I said this.
Sugar, my goal was to only kill one of you, and then you guys started getting cocky. That's why I did what I did. So yes, you are correct. My logo thing is wrong right now, but usually I play kind killer. I was going for my rift. Thank you very much. Have a nice...
So my bio was wrong. And yes, that's what he's commenting on. He's like, nice killer, my ass. And I was like, makes sense on why he's upset about that. Because usually, like I said multiple times, I play as kind killer. My goal is to get blood points, not to actually kill anybody and whatnot. That's what my main bio says, is I play as kind killer. I hope you enjoy the blood points. It just so happened that this person decided to go on my profile and read my bio. So, yeah. And then I continued on because, you know, they're short and whatnot.
So yes, I do usually play kind killer, but you guys made it very difficult and very agitating me. So yeah, I played dirty. I will fully admit, I'm a shitty ass killer. I don't play killer all the time. I play survivor. I was going for a rift.
Yep. So I was going for, I really fully admit, I'm terrible. I'm terrible at this game as killer. If you're a good looper, if you're a good palette person, if you can get away from my sight, you're an amazing survivor to me. So then I said this.
So you're telling me things I already know about myself, but thank you. Hope you have a nice day, and I'm sorry you had a crappy game. I was just trying to get one kill and you guys were ticking me off, so I went after you and I was having fun doing so. Sorry. GG.
So then he's like, LOL, you just ruined the game. And I'm all like, okay.
Say what you want. Again, I don't play killer that often. And I was getting a rift, which meant I had to kill 12 survivors, and this was my last rift. I plan on going back to playing as survivor permanently after this, so thanks for that.
Yeah, he upset me that much that I was not expecting to actually get a response whatsoever. I wasn't. I was all like, you know, yeah. When I play that way, when I'm actually like seriously playing to try and kill my survivors, I know, I'm expecting it. I am expecting to get salt. I really, really am. By the way, this is the Fang Ming that ended up dying in the game and whatnot, so...
And it's players like you that make us survivors look like crap. It's a strategy. Camping is a strategy. Going after people is a strategy over and over again, so get over it. And I'm a survivor main. So, yeah.
So he's all like, made your game difficult. No shit, we were playing the game normally. I'm all like, okay. You did good, I gave you props, again.
I'll admit, you guys were really good. You guys were doing things that I would have done as a survivor, so I'm impressed. But you guys got a little bit out of hand and got really greedy towards the end, so I did what I could to get my kill.
So then I said again.
Good luck on your next game. I'm sorry you had a bad game, dude. GG. Enjoy the game. I don't know why you're mad. It's just a video game. And it's not that big of a deal if you lose one. I mean, I lose games from time to time, too. It happens, dude.
So he's like, LOLK, you're probably ass at Survivor 2. Well, like, how would you know that?
Believe what you want, dude. You don't know me. I don't know you. So say what you want. I mean, I know I'm not the best at this game. I'm just trying to have fun, which you should be doing too, instead of harassing people. Grow up. It's a dang video game. Oh my goodness, if I got pissed off at every video game, man, my blood pressure would be high through the roof. It's not worth it. It's a video game. Dry your tears and move on. GG, dude. You can't decide how I play, first off, and I just decided not to play as Kind Killer one match to get a rift, and you got all upset over it. Really? I don't understand, but I guess normal people would move.
So he's like, "Hey, dude, you're so ass. You should just uninstall at this point."
You play how you want to play. I'll play how I want to play. Have a nice life, dude. Don't get upset over games. You did a really good job. You guys were great survivors. You looped me around. You guys got me really going and agitated, so props. You did great. Maybe you should actually check out some of my Survivor gameplay and then tell me otherwise. Till then, you're like a child insulting an adult at this point. And I'm pretty sure that's what it is right now, because you're probably a kid.
So then my last and final message and whatnot, because I was just done and I didn't want to hear them anymore. I said, "Thanks for my very first Salt Diaries for my channel. Enjoy the game, or the next game, bro. Try not to get upset." And I think my brain got a bit of ahead of me. Game. Okay, it's just a game. GG, especially at your rank. That's impressive. It was impressive to me. So that's what the person ended up sending me, and I don't know their age. I don't know if they are about my age or anything else like that. All I know is that I upset him, and I didn't mean to upset you. I really didn't. Like I said, I was trying to go for a rift. This was my last piece that I needed for my rift, and there was no other. And I want to show you this. I'm going to show you this actually, because going back into the game. So for my rift, this is what I needed. Where is it at? So this is what I needed right here. There was no getting around it. I don't want to hear people in the comment section being all like, "Well, you could have just done the survivor route." I've already done the survivor route, but look, I would have had to do this one as a killer. I would have had to do this one as a killer. So regardless of me getting to my final destination and all that to finish this rift, I still had to kill 12 survivors. And my previous matches were pretty easy and pretty decent. So I don't want anybody saying that I didn't go the survivor route, because I did. Right up here, I went the survivor route. So it is what it is. People are going to be upset. People are not going to be happy with me. And, you know, it's just a video game. At the end of the day, it's just a video game. It's not life or death. It's not the end of the world if you lose and whatnot. Like, yeah, I get upset if I lose a lot of games. I put the game down. I take a break. I take a breather. I don't blame my teammates and whatnot, unless they're really playing cruddy and they're just saving to just save and not actually properly strategizing. But in the end, it's a game. And killers have to do what they have to do to kill us. And I have experienced my first Salt Diaries for the first time. Will I do another video? I don't know. If my rift calls for me to actually be a killer again, just to complete it, I might. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna stick to the survivor route and stick to being Kind Killer again. This really did upset me a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Not to the point where I was crying or whatever, but it did upset me that, you know, there are people out there that do this, and that do message people and do stop people and just harass them because they got upset over a game. You know, I used to be that way before I started recording and whatnot, but now that I've seen both sides of the coin, I don't do it anymore. I don't. Some of the people that I follow on YouTube and whatnot are like the best survivors and the best killers and whatnot, but they do what they have to do to secure a kill. And that's what it is. So, if you end up seeing this video, thank you for my Salt Diaries, my very first Salt Diaries. Again, don't know if I'm gonna do more or if I'm gonna get more, but I thought I would share my experience with you guys. And I feel bad that I didn't get any gameplay recording of it, but it happens. It happens, and it's usually the times that the good stuff happens. It's when the camera's not rolling. So, I'm probably gonna go back as Survivor now and get my other rifts done that I need to have done for my Survivor and call it good. So without further ado, thank you guys so much for all the support and love. If you're new to the channel and like what you see, please smash that subscribe button, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment down below. Definitely hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload to the channel, when I go live on the channel. I usually try and go live every Saturday. If I don't go live on Saturdays, I try to push it to Fridays. And if I don't go live on Fridays, you'll just get a regular video like this. It usually means that my weekend is full for the drag shows that I do for you guys. So also feel free to check out my other playlist. I do more than just video games. You might find something else in there that is entertaining. Also feel free to check out my lovely husband's page. He is The Blade and Quill. Each of the letters are capitalized. And he is on Twitch, and he is on his Facebook page. Also, speaking of Facebook, if you were to click the lovely link down in the description box down below, I have Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Discord, and all that, all in one little link for you guys there, so you don't have to go hunting for any of my links. You can just find it right then and there in that lovely link. So, without further ado, I am your host, Odessa Amaris, signing out. Game on gamers, cosplay on cosplayers, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye! That was my friend calling me. I gotta call her back now.